Hello, hello. Nice to have you back on the channel. Hope you're doing great. Today, I'm not alone. There's someone in my studio. And last time I was on your channel, so I showed you some tricks and some tools that you didn't know. And this time we switch and you show me some goodies that you use that maybe I'm not so familiar about.
Hell yeah. Hell, that is exactly right. Great to be here.
Oh, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm in Berlin for Atonal, and so I thought it was a great opportunity to spend some time together. And his last time you were like, oh, some tools that I don't know about, so maybe now we can look at some tools that I maybe know a little bit better than Mojo. Who knows?
Safe.
Let's find out. There's 3 tools, basically all 3. Well, no, I was going to say all 3 stock. That's not entirely true. The first one is a Max for Live device, which is for free. You can find it on elephant.io. It's called Steps. Because last time when you visited my studio, basically I saw that your workflow was super like modulation based.
Yes.
Right? It's all like modulation. Put me really in this reflective mindset. In the modular synthesizer world, there's like this step sequencer called the DFAM, right? The drummer from another mother. And it's basically got like 8 steps. And every step has like a voltage. And I was like, that's actually my dream. You know, like that's actually something I would love to do in Ableton, that I would love to just be able to say, okay, I want this filter cut off, every step to change or something like that. And then I look at Ableton and I'm like, why isn't this default? Why isn't this possible, you know? And then, you know, once you think hard enough, you're like, yeah, you can do automation and modulation in Ableton, so that technically is possible.
It is.
But it's not like playful.
Yeah, it's not straightforward, like there's the 8-step sequencer we need.
Yeah, exactly. So the first tool I wanted to show you was, so it looks like this. And so you could be forgiven for thinking that it is actually part of Ableton because it's designed to be so native looking. It looks just like the LFO, really. If you go to modulators and you look at the LFO, it's freaking the exact same design language, you know?
Yes.
So that's cool. But when you hit play, I'm just going to mute our music for now.
Yeah.
When you hit play, you see here this step sequence going from left to right. And so it's just like the DFAM. You can set a different number of steps. So if you want it to be even more like the DFAM, it's 8 steps.
Yeah, right? The holy 8.
Yeah. And then, of course, it wouldn't be techno if you couldn't randomize it. Yeah. Move it around, obviously.
Oh, but that's really convenient to move them also, because sometimes you randomize stuff, you get a perfect sequence, but it's a little bit off and you just want to shift it to the right.
That's it.
You cannot do that in a DFAM, for example.
Like in this sequence, maybe that top hit is going to be like an accent and you want that accent to be here instead of there. So you just move it over.
Yeah, that's nice.
Sometimes also because it's like a drastic step, some sound effects that you might affect can like click a little bit. So you might want to just like smooth a tiny bit to make it not like a hard edge. You know?
Yeah.
And it can go fast, but it can also go slow. So if you want something to just change over the course of bars.
Yeah, perfect. That's important.
Yeah.
Oh, it can go very low. Nice.
Yeah.
I love that because I have this concept with the modulation where like you split it in 2 parts. Like there's modulation for sound design. That is most time more short. Modulation 1/4, 1/2, just to add to the groove.
Yeah.
And then I always say there's this like arrangement modulation because I do my arrangement sometimes in the session view.
Yeah.
I want something that opens slowly, and I don't even know more where it is, but I hear it. It's coming up, so I know I have to go to the next and maybe take the kick away or something.
Yeah, right.
The track talks to me.
Yeah.
And for this, I like to have like 16 bars or something modulation, you know?
Yeah. No, that's great. I actually wish it could maybe go slower than, but now it's like basically it's 8 bars, essentially, this sequence, right? So every bar it goes one further.
Yeah.
And so I would like to just show this in action. You need like nothing more than just an operator and a very simple, actually we could probably do like a sting or something.
Absolutely, if you want to.
Here, let's do that.
Put sting.
Because that's one of the ones you were showing.
Yeah, I used the second.
This one?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, this thing too. Yeah, perfect.
Take one and then.
There we go. So we've just got sine waves, right? This is operator by default is just sine waves. And so once you add the second operator to it, it has some harmonics, right? And so let's...
You step sequence now the levels of the oscillators.
I learn when you teach me, you know, I listen. So every 16 notes, and then we can either do remote or modify. I'm going to just do remote.
Yeah,
map.
also nice for the eyes.
There we go.
There you go.
Now this pushes and pulls in
Yeah.
some different ways, Let's do that. And then one of the things that I really enjoy is making the pattern is like like 1 bar, for example, but the modulation is a polymeter. So like you might make...
I love to do that, yeah.
Maybe make that 7. So then it's never exactly the same, Let's do something where there's one clear accent.
Make the density also to 8 maybe, and the steps.
Cool. Freaky. So now you're looking for sweet spots, right? Now you're like searching for where's the sweet spots, and that can be a long journey.
Yeah, of course.
But this method is very powerful for that.
Yeah, and it's like a step sequencer with a, would say, really nice visual feedback, because it's like big brackets where you know what to do, and then you see the outcome also.
Yeah.
There's like a modulation curve that you can jitter and smooth, what I really like. That's really nice.
Exactly.
I didn't know this one.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah. Well, that's a good moment to... Oh, yeah.
I just see, but you also can open it and use it many times, right?
You can do it many times.
Nice.
Yeah. And each one can have different sweet spots, so one can be modulate between that and that. So yeah, no, it's really powerful. I'm super happy with it. By the way, there is a bug sometimes that sometimes when you're working in a loop, I work a lot in arrangement view, right?
Yeah.
When it goes across the loop, it sometimes blocks after you've had your session open for many days or something. I was freaking out. I was like, why is it not working? And then I just had to close Ableton, open Ableton, and it worked perfect.
Okay.
So it's not so dramatic, but
Okay.
in case people experience that.
Yeah, I'm used to this. Like, actually, if I have something that I like, I just put it to audio, because I'm always scared that I lose it. So.
It's the best way, yeah. And so we're doing it now on essentially a sine wave.
Yeah.
And so one thing that could be fun is making that a little bit dirtier as a sound. And so the other thing that I love to use is the shifter device in Ableton.
Oh my god, this tool I never use.
It's so funny to me because for me it's so techno. There we go. Because it's got three different modes, right? That's the big thing. It's totally different, these three
I use
modes.
the ring sometimes, I remember, because ring modulation in the Eurorack system was for me like a huge thing. I got like one device for a time. It's amazing for sound design. I don't know, I never found the time to actually learn this one.
I just think that like when something is very harmonic and it's very clear what the pitch is, the ring modulation messes with that. It's like, actually, it doesn't conform to music theory anymore. All the frequencies have become weird. Because then, for example, let's not even use this step sequencer, leave it fully a sine wave, and then put the step sequencer on the shifter instead. Ooh. So here we go. So we've turned, first of all, with the shifter, we've got something super clean into something super freaky. And we just find a spot where we think it's kind of cool. Let's say we think that's kind of cool. Then let's go to the max tools I really use. There we go, and grab the steps. And then we can either modulate this one or the fine frequency. It's also it's the same, it's just a smaller range.
Let's see.
And let's do mod plus minus, not too much. Let's increase this. Okay, let's simplify this.
I see.
So, yeah.
I see, yeah. I like to, I do the same with like filters that just open a frequency range with an envelope for a sec, just to get this like extra sequence on top based on the modulation. Actually, it's like actually a full sequence with a decay, but the decay would cut from the filter.
Exactly.
And you're doing it here just with the fine tune of a pitch.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, if you want to, like another thing that you could do, and now we're just brainstorming, but you could like use in the same way that in modular synthesizer you'd use a VCA, an amp.
Yeah.
You can use steps. And then onto the gain, but you just got to make sure you don't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay.
So anyway.
A little bit of dirt have to be part of it.
Oh man. So the next tool that I wanted to talk about specifically was the frequency shifter, because I think we all know probably what pitch shifting is, right? So when something is a certain note, you can make it an octave higher.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you want to make something an octave higher, you take all the frequencies in a sound and you do them times 2. And then you get something that's an octave higher. Yes. So then everything's still going to respect the same music theory. It's just going to be like as if you played it on the piano keyboard an octave higher.
Yes.
But you could instead of multiplying those frequencies, you could just add like 50 hertz to every frequency. And so then they don't keep that clean mathematical relationship. They get all messy and dirty. And so that is what the frequency shifter can do. Added bonus points as well, because the pitch shifter adds some delay to your signal, but the frequency shifter does not. Okay. And so when you're not trying to be nicely harmonic, in fact, when you're trying to dirty up a sound that's a bit too clean, the frequency shifter can really do that. Okay. I'm noticing that the mapping is still the same, so let's see what happens. I think it would be good if we can just, if we can bring it up an octave or something.
Yeah, go for it.
That's freaky as hell. So this is like Delia Derbyshire, or what, like the Sisters with Transistors. We're like in the BBC audiophonic workshop right now, working with bleeps and bloops, you know? Bleep, bloop, bloop. Yeah. You put that into...
Bit of reverb and it's already better.
I'm having a good time. Shall we add in some of the drums that you were making earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. And now, of course, if you were cosplaying as Mordio, you would go up, you would go to your audio effects, you would go to your what's it called? The phaser, boom.
Phaser.
And then you would increase the feedback.
Increase the feedback to 60 or something.
And make it more stereo that way.
Stereo image.
Make it spacey and mental.
Yeah. Notches.
That's what I learned from you.
Yeah, I show you here the notches. The notches have to be for sure like 3.
We're clipping a tiny bit. So
yeah, we do.
Be careful.
Yeah, it's the feedback of the thing. Always finding a sweet spot, making them a bit like very in lower frequency, so we go in lower frequency area, and then we pan the thing like musical.
Nice.
Something like this, yeah.
So steps and the ring modulation and the frequency shifter for me are the 3 things that I feel like you don't necessarily have the reflex of going towards them. So maybe this is something I can do.
Totally. I was using for step sequence modulation. Like I showed you yesterday when we did this one track, Diode, right?
Yeah, Diode sounded great.
Also crazy that you didn't know that one, because it's a really, really nice device. I think you should really check that out. And with the diode pack, you get the separate units. So the sound source unit, the sequence unit, and sick. And the sequence unit, it calls module. And module is like the size of Sting 1, maybe, like a small little thing that have a sequence that you can make the long like you want, like 8 steps, and then just randomize it and map it to something.
Yeah, wonderful.
And simple like this one. But this one here is like from the interface way easier to just touch and change, you know. And you can shift what I think is really, really cool actually, that you can do this, you know.
And you shared it. Oh, sick. I'm having a good time. Last time you showed me a sequencer called the Snake, right? Which also had this modulation lane in it.
Yeah.
And that was a thing that for me triggered, like, I kept using it and I kept going, but I really wish I could just have the modulation lane, and add it to whatever, because the Snake would always really take over what I'm trying to do. And this merges much better with a lot of different workflows.
No, it makes totally sense, and it's really visual. I like when you have like a view like this here, where you literally see what you actually map to. I put it here on the chorus. Nice.
That's sick.
Playing with like 10K in your face.
Yeah. It's for keeping the young people out of the clubs, you know.
Man, thank you for showing me this. And also the shifter is really something I never went into it. So what you would say is the difference between pitch, frequency, and ring?
Okay, so pitch respects music theory. Pitch is really like the semitones on a piano, you know. Frequency ignores all of that and just makes everything inharmonic. It like says, let's say, adds 50 hertz to everything. And so that makes that one frequency is no longer double of the other. So it all becomes a bit more dissonant. And that's one of the things that on the Moog DFAM is so nice, because of the pitches are continuous. They're not like you're not playing C, D, E, F, G. No, you're playing this frequency and this frequency. So there's no music theory that harmonizes that. It's just like a mess. And that's and then you just have to feel it. And
in techno, that is where you find the sweet spots for sure.
Yeah. And then ring modulation is freaky as hell. Like we can put up the formula on screen, but one of the things that for me is the visual of it is if you play like a sine wave, right? Then you put it into ring modulation, it becomes two frequencies. Like let's say you play a sine wave at 500 hertz. Then suddenly it becomes 400 hertz and 600 hertz.
I see.
And the more you do it, the more these frequencies go out of direction with each other, and it becomes like a metallic dissonant mess, which is maybe what you want if your sound is too clean.
It's like a clean version of FM almost, right?
Right. FM also creates these weird relationships between the harmonics of a sound.
I mean, FM is already like a sound design heaven. Ring modulation is something I really have to go deeper into it, because I like the sweet spot in this area. So you're like finding like with FM in the modular synthesizer we jammed. I remember like my Swaim and my SM1 have this like FM for each oscillator, and there you find the sweet spots of like it's just like before it's like doot doot, and then you're getting into like or something, because that's overtones.
You know how much in phaser and flanger you like work with the modulation parameters inside of it? Well, if you look at shifter, it has a delay built into it, and it has LFOs as well. So for example, let's say you set LFO amount to some amount. I don't know. Let's turn it up a bit.
Hello amount. Let's
and then make like a really slow one, like you were saying, like something that goes less than. Oh yeah, voilà, perfect. Yeah, let's do that, and let's just hear what that.
Okay,
gives.
but I'm on ring now.
Yeah, well that's fine. Both.
Let's see.
Let's try.
I see it.
So yeah, you can do supple shifts or these read or draw huge lines inside your composition.
And then the delay.
Yeah.
I see it.
That's fun. And there's an envelope follower inside with an attack and a release. Like there's so many things that you can do to modulate inside.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, you can find a sweet spot, and like here, sometimes I use the delays also like almost like an FM overtone, right? And you can do it here too. That's cool. And the envelope follower did like a nice move, pumpy move.
And then once we've got this like really full mix, one of the things that we were looking at yesterday was like a little trick that that's called the Haas effect. But I don't know if you mind, I can just show real quick. The idea with the Haas effect, right, is that you take a mono sound and then you play it slightly delayed in one of your ears so that your brain thinks it's completely coming from the sides. That's the idea.
You did that yesterday, remember?
And so this element is already a little bit stereo, but
delay, right?
Yeah. So you take a delay, and I'm going to group these because they're like part of the same idea, let's say, right? So I'm like just going to do that. And so one makes it mono, and then this is like a little bit of a formula. You just got to set it fully wet, make sure they're not synchronized.
And on time.
Yeah. So basically almost no delay, basically no feedback, no delay at 1 millisecond. Who cares? And then on one of the channels, you say, I don't know, 8 milliseconds. So one of your ears goes slower than the other. I'm going to basically hit play on this element. And for those of you, I really recommend headphones for this one, right? And I'm going to bring this up and notice how the sound goes from the center to suddenly sitting really in the sides. This sound is so crazy.
This sound is
Is it?
Maybe you also take the octaves down.
Yeah, will do.
I like
So
it.
it's in the center, right?
Almost.
Yeah. Oh, that's because there's some delay on,
Yeah.
some reverb on it.
Ah, yeah, true. Let's make it without the one
Yeah.
to hear it properly.
So that's fully mono.
Yeah. And there we go. Super bright, crazy.
Super wide, right? And then there becomes a moment when you go too far, when your brain says, "Oh, these are two separate sounds." you
Yeah.
know? Like now it's like, oh, it's ping ponging.
Yeah.
somehow. So you're just trying to create the feeling that it's one sound, but that it's fully in the sides. And then in terms of like when you have a really dense mix down in techno, it's cool to have like a complementary balance between stuff that brings your focus to the center and stuff that brings your focus to the sides. And so having things like I remember that there was this sting element. I know there's a little polymeter element in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's I think this one,
This
the
one?
6.
Yeah, this one. Like this is wonderful.
Yeah, and it's also a bit stereo.
It is quite stereo.
With the phase,
actually. Yeah. And so now if we take our thing and we can be intentional. We can say this new element, do we want it down the center? Do we want it in the sides? There's no wrong answer. It's just up to you to like use your taste.
Yeah, we did that yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
There was this moment where like we got two elements that we want to play in the same time in the arrangement because they're meant to be together.
Yeah.
But there was fighting each other from the mix down, but the frequencies where they were was the main element. So you couldn't say, okay, maybe here we just cut some highs and then we keep the highs there. It was both in the midst or something. But then you can always play with like reverb, for example, to put it like front and back. But if you also don't want to do this, because reverb also changed the character of our sound, right? This is the perfect method, like to just put one like more mono and the other one more stereo, and then the brain understands the contrast between two elements.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
really simple. And I like that you on coming here on my channel where I'm always like trying to have like just stuck plugins.
Yeah.
And you're showing actually, because I use for this actually a device that is a Max device, and now I realize, yeah, true, you just need a delay to do that.
Yeah. Once you understand the principles behind almost any sound design thing, you realize that the tools are already enabled. But
that's what I always try to share here in this channel.
Yeah.
Man,
Slick.
There was some cool tricks. I love it. Like just coming here and like, okay, show me some things that you use that I don't use, because every artist use stuff in a different way. Even if we all know the same tools, everyone use them different. And
absolutely,
I think this is such a cool format for video also to have.
Yeah, I learned a lot from watching your work. It's really nice.
Yeah, same here. Like the way you teach. Like for everyone who don't know Oscar, Underdog Music School, check his channel. This, like the way he teach is just, I would say, the best and easiest way to understand music.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope everyone watching got something from that.
Yes.
And I hope that we will have many more chances to cross paths here on this.
At least
the YouTubes.
Oh, the YouTube. Yeah, then like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. And
go check out Mordio's preset packs and his tools on his website. He's got incredible tools that you should be using, and he's too shy to tell you to go there. So just go there, okay? And tell your friends. And post it everywhere.
You're amazing, mate. Yeah, in this case, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao.